I think for those of us who want to stay active and do the things that we enjoy as we get older, that it's important for us to feel secure, that we can walk around and we can do the things that we enjoy doing.
Hello, I'm Fran Guasta-DeSengi. Welcome to Mature Living. Caring for a loved one is not easy. Many caregivers aren't sure where to turn for encouragement and advice as they care for their loved ones, not to mention how to manage their own mental health and well-being. I'm joined by Delma Thompson, a social work case manager with Inova ElderLink. We're going to talk about resources this program offers to older adults and family caregivers. Delma, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to start the conversation by asking, first of all, there's ElderLink. This is this amazing resource that's sort of an umbrella that there's all kinds of other things that sort of fall beneath it. So what is ElderLink, first of all, and how long has it been in operation?
Okay, well, ElderLink is a nonprofit partnership with Inova and Fairfax County Area Agency on Aging. And we provide all sorts of services such as health and wellness programs, workshops, as well as in-home services and caregiver supports. We've been in existence for a little over 30 years, and we've really enjoyed this partnership with Fairfax County.
So speaking about partnerships, so you have a very close relationship with the Area Agency on Aging. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Like there's a cross-pollination there, or?
There is somewhat. We are located in the same building in Fairfax County, and we share referrals. There is some type of funding that's involved in it, but it allows us to provide services to Fairfax County residents. So we offer a number of classes which are evidence-based in terms of fall preventions. And so one of our classes, and I'll just sort of go through them briefly, we have the Matter of Balance, which is a fall prevention class. And there are several sites throughout Fairfax County. There are in-person. People get a chance to learn about preventing falls, increase mobility, and build strength. Also, we have Bingo Size. Bingo Size is also a fall prevention program where you're trying to reduce falls, but also there's a component of bingo. Okay. So many people really enjoy it because they're playing bingo, having a lot of fun, but learning at the same time, and also there are prizes involved. And those are in-person opportunities. And then we have a virtual platform of Walk With Ease, where someone may be interested in increasing their mobility, becoming more active, and that is a virtual platform.
There are so many resources that are available, that are offered through ElderLink. What is the best way to start your search to see what session or workshop best fits with what you're looking for?
Okay, the best way to contact us, we have an intake line, which is 703-324-5374. And it is open from 8 to 4:30. If it's after hours, you may leave a message. A social worker will follow up. And it's an opportunity to discuss any type of concerns you may have, or searching for resources or resource navigation. Also, just sort of trying to have some type of contact in terms of accessing services. We also can be contacted through the Inova.org website under the ElderLink umbrella. And then we are on the Fairfax County Department of Family Services Older Adults site.
Okay,
And we have a site there. You can register for all of our classes, seek information about the services we offer.
So if somebody wants to inquire about the services that you provide, a caregiver can call on behalf of their loved one, or just anybody, myself included?
Yes, yes. We service everyone, caregivers, older adults, individuals. We ask that you give us a call because it's a free consultation. And so we will speak with you to your particular situation or explore services. We've received calls from neighbors who may be concerned. So yes, please feel free to use that number.
There are so many resources that are offered through ElderLink. Now, other than the workshops and the offerings on fall prevention, what other resources are offered that you might want to tell our viewers about?
Okay, so we also have the Chronic Disease Self-Management Program. And with that program, it's essentially a workshop that allow people who may suffer or is going through some type of chronic illness, such as diabetes or other illnesses, and it gives them an opportunity to learn how to improve their health.
So it's basically, is there a way that you can interact with others that are suffering the same situation that you are, or is it like an instructor-led workshop that gives you the tips?
Well, there is a facilitator, but it's with others also who may have the same challenges, but you're able to get information as well as education in how to improve your health.
That's great. All right. Now, you had mentioned some of the workshops and sessions that are offered. So what if an older adult simply wants to help with mobility and strength? And I know that you mentioned the balance classes, but you know, is there some components of strength training or anything to help with mobility?
Well, those classes that I mentioned actually help with those things, strength build, strength training, as well as mobility. And as mentioned before, it is evidence-based, so there's positive outcomes. We also provide services, in-home services that will assist the caregiver in allowing them to leave the home and knowing that their loved one is supported.
So I just want to confirm, because this is a very valuable aspect of what you offer. So someone who wants to avail themselves of your resources, they can either go on site or you can come to them. Fantastic. Okay.
Yes. So I will speak a little bit about our in-home services, if you will. Okay. And various other services. We offer the bathing program, and that's available to older adults who may need assistance with baths or any assistance with activities of daily living, housekeeping, and laundry.
Wow.
We also offer what we call the respite program. With the respite program, a care recipient can receive up to 6 hours of services in the home, and it enables the caregiver to leave, to take care of things that they may need to, and feeling rest assured that their loved one is going to be supervised, there's going to be companionship, and they're going to be safe. Also, we offer our caregiver support call that meets every second Tuesday of every month. And that is a virtual platform. And with that, it's other caregivers, a support group where caregivers get to speak, discuss certain topics. There's always a speaker that's scheduled. So there's an educational component to it. And once again, that's every second Tuesday of the month. The majority of our programs are totally free. Okay, our healthy wellness programs, our workshops, our virtual platform programs, those are free, no charge. Now, with our in-home services program, there may be a copay. Fortunately for us, we're able to offer a sliding scale fee.
Okay.
And it's a pretty wide scale. And also we have another program which is called private case management,
Okay.
which allows someone to work with a social worker one-on-one. There's no income criteria.
Okay.
It's just a flat rate.
Now, is there a ceiling as far as the amount of time that you can avail yourself, say, of the in-home care? Can that go on forever, or is there a cap, like you can only use it for several months or a year?
No, as long as you meet criteria, we continue to support you.
Okay.
As long as the person meets the criteria, ElderLink will be there to support and provide our services.
Fantastic. Well, in the 2 minutes that we have left, I really want to find out, how does your work resonate with you? Because you're passionate about what it is that you do, so obviously you landed here for a reason. Can you tell me a little bit about, what brought you here and how your work is so rewarding?
Well, certainly, I will say that I've spent most of my career working with older adults, individuals with disabilities, as well as caregivers. And so the work with ElderLink, it has continued my desire and love to work with this population. I feel like that it brings me great rewards just to be able to help meet someone's needs and make life a little easier for them.
So my last question is, do you have a success story that you can share with us?
Well, I have many, but I know we don't have much time. I'll tell you about this one couple where the care recipient, the spouse, is 90 years old and his caregiver is 82. Unfortunately, when he was discharged from the hospital, as many know, there was a big gap in services. And so when he returned home, he had new diagnosis, and she was very overwhelmed with his care. They lived independently in their own home in Fairfax County. Fortunately, she was referred to our program, enrolled in the program, receiving the 6 hours a week. And her demeanor just changed, her whole disposition. Now at one point she was neglecting herself, her doctor's appointments. Now she's going to doctor's appointments. She's able to go out and go shopping without feeling stressed that her loved one is not going to be safe. And so her whole world has changed, and it's made things a lot easier on him because now he doesn't have an anxious caregiver.
Yes. Exactly.
One other person that I'm really excited about is my 97-year-old female who lives alone, independently, in her condo, and is just thriving. Has a schedule of yoga, playing the piano every week, and just a great joy. And so it's just lovely to see people thrive in their environment.
That's fantastic that ElderLink and all the resources really is giving all of these people such a great opportunity to thrive. Thank you very much for joining me. Later in the show, we'll see how technology plays a part in helping caregivers better understand what their loved one is experiencing. But first, we'll hear from a person who participated in ElderLink workshops and the impact that it has on her life.
I have fallen twice in my life in recent years and injured myself both times. So I have a fear of falling, and as I said, I have fallen. And the ideas and the topics that we talked about in the class have been very helpful, talking about the risks of falling, what you can do to prevent falling. The exercises that we've been doing have been wonderful. And so, yes, I would say the class has been very beneficial to me. I think this is our seventh session of the class, and luckily I have been able to attend every one so far. And my husband and I do travel a bit, so it just fit in right with our schedule that I was able to attend. I feel different than when I started. I always clung onto my husband's arm all the time, walking even down the street, and now I do feel more secure. I feel more sure of myself. I feel stronger, and I feel more in balance. So I think that it has really helped me in those ways. I've taken other exercise classes. I'm very big on water aerobics. I take that every summer at our swimming pool, our local pool, and I think that has helped me a lot as well. And I just hope that I never fall again, because it's pretty scary, and you end up in the emergency room and all that, and I really feel like taking this class has helped me. One big improvement is I am more aware of my surroundings, which is something we've talked a lot about in the class. And I mean, it's not that I look down, but I look around. And a good example, I was at a craft show recently at a high school, and there was a sign that was mounted on a big piece of concrete. And as I'm standing next to the concrete, a little boy came along and fell over the piece of concrete. And I said to my husband, that's the kind of thing that would have happened to me in the past, but I am more aware of that concrete sticking out because of things we've talked about in the class. I found out about the balance class by reading the Golden Gazette, which I receive in the mail every month, and always has a lot of good activities and things to read about senior citizens in Fairfax County. And I'm a senior citizen, so anyway, that's how I found out about it, and I'm so happy and fortunate that I was able to enroll. My sister, who lives in California, and she's insanely jealous that I'm taking this class, and this class is offered in other states, so she's a matter of balance, and she's looking into it. Hopefully she can enroll. I think for everyone my age that wants to stay strong and active, I think that this class would be very beneficial, as it has been for me.
In our first segment, I talked with Delma Thompson, a social work case manager with Inova ElderLink. She talked about the various workshops and support groups that benefit both older adults and their caregivers. I now welcome Demi Warner, another social work case manager with Inova ElderLink, to continue our discussion on the variety of resources available and how technology helps caregivers better understand and support their loved one. Welcome, Demi.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your being here. So much is involved with ElderLink and all of the different resources, and I want to bring technology into the mix. Maybe just give us sort of like an overview of technology and how it's being integrated with the caregiving.
Yeah, absolutely. So ElderLink, in partnership with Fairfax County Area Agency on Aging, started a pilot project in 2024 called Exploring Dimensions of Aging Through Virtual Reality. So with that program, we are able to embody an older adult who is facing a real life challenge to their well-being, and get to really see from their point of view, through their eyes, hear what they hear, see what they see, so we can gain a better understanding and greater empathy into what older adults are experiencing.
Oh my gosh, I can just imagine. So can you give me an example? Is it with dementia? I don't know how you structure the technology to mimic what it is that these people are going through.
Yeah, so we utilize a web-based training platform called Embodied Labs.
Okay.
So with that training platform, we offer 75-minute facilitated sessions virtually via Microsoft Teams. It is facilitated by myself and another colleague of mine. And what we do, we actually cover 3 different topics right now. Social isolation is one of them. Lewy body dementia and Parkinson's disease is another, as well as elder safety and well-being. So those are the 3 topics that we right now are facilitating. Come the new year, 2026, we will be adding 2 more onto that. So specifically Alzheimer's disease and end-of-life conversations. And in these workshops, They're, like I said, 75 minutes in length. They are broken up into 3 different modules. And in those modules, we get to, again, embody the individual who is going through social isolation or Lewy body dementia diagnosis, and experience their journey with them. We get to see their interactions with their caregivers. We get to see their interactions maybe with their doctors or their community. So that way, again, we can kind of get that first-person experience of what they might be going through.
So someone who's participating in this workshop, it's strictly virtual right now on Teams, but is it interactive? So if I'm taking this workshop and I have a question, I'm not quite clear on such and such, then you can guide me through that and answer questions?
Yes, absolutely. So like I said, it is broken up into 3 different modules. So after each module, myself and my colleague take some time to have some really meaningful reflection on how participants felt in each module, maybe things that they saw that they've never experienced before or understood, as well as how to apply what they have learned in those modules to real life scenarios. So yes, right now it is virtual. Throughout the modules as well, we might experience, sometimes there's a pick your own journey, so there's some options along the way. So I get to pick whether I want to call my daughter, or I get to pick if I need to make a trip to the grocery store. So we get to kind of guide them through that way. As well as hotspot icons do pop up during the module, so that usually has some helpful information related to the topic that we're discussing. And the great part with this workshop, once somebody does participate in a facilitated session with ElderLink, they do get a license to access the Embodied Labs platform themselves. So once they get that license, they're able to go back and either experience the same workshop that they did, that we facilitated for them, maybe make their own choices, different choices than we did.
A little bit of a review almost.
Exactly, exactly, yes.
And so are these workshops primarily geared to caregivers? And then the other question that I have is, do you have workshops just for people that want to simply enhance their independence? They don't have anything specifically going on, but is there something for that population as well?
Sure. With these workshops in particular, a lot of the times that is our primary target is caregivers. Not only do we get community caregivers, so maybe people that are caring for their spouse, their sibling, their children, we also get professional caregivers. So that could be other social workers, case managers. We've had some physical therapists join us. So it's really geared towards whether you're a community caregiver or a professional caregiver. However, we've certainly had older adults themselves join those facilitated sessions because maybe they recently got a new diagnosis of Lewy body dementia and they aren't quite sure what to expect, or they're really just trying to get as much information as they can in terms to that.
Is there a cost associated with these workshops?
So these workshops are absolutely free, which is great. So that way we can get as many people involved in this. We want to reach our community. That's why we also offer it virtually. So hopefully we can connect to more individuals. Take a break during your work day or after work, or maybe you have some time in between some doctor's appointments, something like that. You're able to access that with us.
Very nice. Okay, so do you have success stories?
So we have been facilitating these sessions since the beginning of 2024, so over a year and a half now, and we have gotten so many different individuals that join us. And really success stories that I often hear is from family caregivers that maybe take the time to reflect and say, you know I'm doing what I can as a caregiver, but sitting here, getting to experience what it's like through the eyes of the older adult, I can really look at things differently. Maybe I can have a little more patience, or maybe I can really take the time to ask them, how am I doing in my caregiving journey? Can I help you in any way? So I think those are the biggest successes, because again, we're trying to build that empathy and build that confidence for caregivers. So to hear that is really awesome.
So I understand that you were recognized on a national level with an award. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, in 2025, the U.S. Aging Achievement Award was received for the Exploring Dimensions of Aging through Virtual Reality workshop that we are offering to Fairfax County. And really, we received that award because of the innovation behind it and how we are able to virtually give individuals some greater insight and perspective of real-life challenges that older adults are facing.
As we're wrapping up the conversation, we could just go on and on and on, but unfortunately we can't. But the work that you do, you've landed here for a reason, and I know that your work really does resonate with you. So tell me how it is that you came to be doing what you're doing, and what does it mean to you that you're able to help people on this level?
My entire social work career, I have primarily worked with older adults and their family caregivers. Before I started with ElderLink, I was primarily in hospice care, so I gained a lot of insight and really, I think overall what it boils down to is no matter what capacity I'm in, I really enjoy working with people because people offer so many different stories, they have different insights, backgrounds that may be the same as mine or different than mine, and really it's truly an honor to be able to work with older adults, their families, to really support them, to maximize their independence as much as possible, or help them in their most vulnerable times so that way they feel they can make this journey together with their families. So that's really what sticks me through it. I've, really benefited from having a very large family of older adults. So I think I got my comfort level that way. I feel like that's just where I've been. I've always resonated with older adults, call me an old soul. So I think that's really helped too. And I just really enjoy working with people, so yeah.
I'm so glad that people like you do the work that they do, that you do, because it really helps so many different ways. And the ripple effect is incredible. So thank you for that.
Of course.
All right, good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for watching this edition of Mature Living. I'm Fran Guasta-DeSangi, and we'll see you next time.